right here. Right here, here. Yep. Perfect. Stand right there, not too far off the edge. Okay, on the count of three, guys, we're doing a photo. Get your cell phones out. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning. Where did this come from? It was magic. Okay.
All right. Hey everybody, how you doing? Good morning. It's Friday. Diehards show up on Friday mornings. These are diehard fans.
Hardcore in the afternoon.
Well, my name is Greg Price, and I am super excited to be here because these fantastic ladies have inspired us for quite a long time. You guys are amazing, and I want to start off with you, Reneé.
Okay.
Earlier this year, you got to work with, I don't want to presume, but I think one of your favorite people in the world at a...
Not yet.
Present company excluded.
There can be only one.
He's a very famous actor named Miles Muir.
Oh, of course, my son.
Your son.
Yeah, my other favorite person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, actually, we did. We were performing in Romeo and Juliet together in Tallahassee, Florida.
There's Oedipus almost. Well, you were not Romeo or Juliet.
No, God, no, I was. I remember
You could. You looked like you could.
Oh, thank you. No, actually, the artistic director said, "Can you play Juliet?" I said, "Honey, I'm long in the tooth. I'm far gone for Juliet." But I had played the nurse before, so we went over to Cascades Amphitheater in Florida, and it was this amazing outdoor venue. 3,000 seats, and it was so beautiful. It was like my slice of heaven of just, having a professional production and then having my son in it. He was auditioning for us like a walk-on, sort of very secretly putting a little video in, and they cast him as Romeo.
Okay. And they didn't know, because his last name's not the same.
It's not the same. They did not know he was my son until they went back to look at the note that came in with the video, and it said, "His braces will be coming off. I know because I'm his mom." And they're like, "Wait a minute, that's Reneé." And then it just,
wow, that's a great story.
my masterpiece.
Of the two of us, she's the only one that has a kid who wants to be a performer, so I'm hanging out for Miles and his success.
So he's got 2 stage moms.
That's right. Stage auntie.
So how'd he do?
He actually did a great job. Every night, I found out I was more nervous than he was, which is kind of funny. I don't know if it was that duality of being his mom and watching him and being in the show and trying to remember my lines after all these years. So, yeah, he did a great job.
Were you nervous for him or for you?
I was a little bit nervous for him, and I noticed I was watching him backstage because he's kind of funny. But there's this moment where he goes from the comedy of Romeo and Juliet to the tragedy, because it's actually broken up into 2 parts. The first part's very broad and humorous, the second isn't. But he gets up in the back and he's in the background going, like doing all these fights, like martial arts, and and I'm going, everyone's gonna think you're a freak, Miles, settle down, buddy.
Oh, he's one of those actors.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Oh, God bless him. You need that kind of oomph to, see you through all the rejection that happens.
And Lucy, we're going to talk Xena. Then I'm going to let everybody else talk Xena. I'm not going to talk Xena with you because for you, for the rest of my life, you will always be Mrs. Ron Swanson. And the Tammys were some of them were stunt casting because Megan Mullally is Nick Offerman's wife, and she's fantastic in the role of Tammy. But they brought her on because, let's say, great character, but when I think of someone who's worthy enough, who's strong enough, who's tough and yet sweet enough to be Ron Swanson's wife.
Oh, yes.
When they said you were doing that, I'm like, of course Xena's gonna be Ron Swanson's wife.
I know that was a real honor, and what a beautiful bunch of people they are. I wish I wasn't so adoring when I went into it, because it's very hard to get over, when you enter a cast that you hold them up on such, what do you call it?
Esteem?
Pedestal. Yeah, it's hard to be on that kind of very relaxed creative level. So, I don't know, I just read the lines and tried not to bump into the furniture, I guess.
And how did you get that part?
I don't know. I think that it was just the Xena of it all. I don't know. I was just offered the role. I was like, yes.
And getting used to, like I said, it's tough to walk into a show that's been established for several years, but that show is, because you got some comedic geniuses in there. Nick Offerman is amazing. Amy Poehler's amazing. How do you get your bearings? The first, I mean, did you just kind of zombie through it?
Yeah, I didn't know what to do with myself, to be honest. So it's about just not acting, I guess. I don't know. It's difficult walking in at a very late stage on an iconic, brilliant show. Yeah.
And you were a fan beforehand.
Yeah, I was a real fan. That was a bit of a problem.
Well, before I unleash the crowd on you, I'm gonna reset this whole thing by saying one thing. Reboot. What's going on? Do you have big news? Are you doing it? If you're not doing it, how can we get it done? Do we do a Kickstarter? Do we GoFundMe? What do we gotta do?
I don't know. I don't know why they haven't already made it. It didn't have to be it wasn't going to be with us, as far as I was aware, but they still didn't make it. So I think it's really timely right now with the Me Too and the way the world is at, and that hero come back. I don't know, how do you feel, Ren, about reprising the role? In what circumstances would you reprise the role? Because I talked about doing like a little comedy, like doing a comedy movie would be fun, right? I mean, we don't want to get up and learn stunt fights at 5 a.m. for the rest of our lives. We did that. And it was horrible.
Well, I'm thinking more of like
a comedy would be great, actually. Yeah. You know,
Get Bruce and Ted to do a comedy.
absolutely. You know, and just bring in the things that, you know, you deal with now. It's like, I can't hear anything. Like, I realize I'm losing my hearing, you know? So, like, I swear, I'm always, if I ask you, what'd you say? Don't take it personally, all right? But,
I don't want to do the Xena with menopause. I don't want to do that. But I think we could come back and like I always imagined Ted, Joxa, getting Gabrielle to go and dig up Xena's, she's cremated, hang on. Somehow we've got to reconstitute
just add water.
FEMA and pop her head back around the right way and go and kick some ass and save the world somehow.
We could do the menopause and you could just have the power of the hot flash and you just unleash the power of the hot flash.
Well, have you noticed the temperature in Salt Lake since we arrived? Hot flash in you all.
But I also envision more like a King Conan situation where you would be ruling over, you'd be like the queen princess.
Of what?
Of whatever. Maybe you're just a ragtag team of toughs out there.
the misfits.
Yeah. And then you guys have adventures.
She's not like Aretha Franklin. You couldn't call her queen. You couldn't. Like,
No, I
don't think she'd like that. Do you? She'd be like, get over yourself.
It wouldn't be an official title.
Okay, not official.
We'll workshop this out in a little
Call
bit.
me queen.
So I'm gonna.
Gabrielle would be the queen.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. So that's enough of me talking, because no one came here to see me except my lovely wife, which even that's doubtful. She was super excited when I said, I'm going to be talking to Xena. And she's like, what? Get out of the way. Stop talking. So I'm going to let the audience ask some questions. And again, we want to remind you to make them appropriate. We want smart questions. I don't want anybody asking, who would you want to fight? What Marvel agent would you want to be?
Fight, marry, kill, none of that.
Yeah, none of that. We want really smart, really creative Utah questions, okay? So you got some pressure on you.
Bring it. I want to hear what are Utah.
I want a Utah question.
Oh, they just...
Okay, we're going to grade you by state.
Yes.
Yeah, no fresh.
Hi, Lucy. Hi, Reneé. I'm from Peru.
What'd you say?
She's from Peru.
I'm from Peru. I love you, and my question is there going to be a Xena Con for the 25 years?
And will you
Does
be a
that mean we have
moderator?
to wait 2 more years? This was 23, right?
Yep.
Oh, we were talking about doing something we were talking about doing something actually. But I thought it was next year. You're telling me it's the year after that?
2020, right?
Oh, well, no hurry. We'll let you know. But yes, we were thinking of doing something.
Just let me know if you need a moderator. I'd be happy to join you. Gotta always work it, folks.
Hello.
Hello.
Miss Lawless, I have a question. Do you have any favorite stories from the set of Parks and Recreation? I really enjoyed that show. And would you reprise that role if asked?
Yes, of course I would reprise that role if asked. I just remember Chris Pratt in makeup doing videos for my kids. He was so sweet because my sons have, seen everything. Oh, sorry, I can't remember all the stories. It might have been just group singing, Little Sebastian, the pony song. I think we were rocking out to that at the time.
And folks may not know, you are a very talented singer and very
Thank you. I usually only sing as an adjunct to acting, and I neglected it, but yeah, I'm picking it up more and more.
Can I ask a question?
Are you a singer?
Oh, no.
Oh, come on. Give it to him. Let him hear it.
Which one?
I don't know.
Stars.
Oh. The stars at night are big and bright. Boom, 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 boom. Deep in the heart of Texas.
Prairie skies are wide and high.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
You went to Italy recently to work even more on your voice, didn't you?
Oh, I did. I went
Yeah,
to some like opera classes in Bologna, just because it seemed like a nutty thing to do. Like if you go to a country, you want to do something that's particular to that environment. So that's of course where lyric opera was perfected, if not invented. And I went to some lessons there, and yeah, just fun, all in Italian. So. Hello, is that a crazy jockstrap? What are you wearing, darling?
Are you Dobby?
This is Dobby. Yes.
Ah.
I just can't see when it's
Very
on.
nice.
So my question is about Xena. When you were filming that show, you got the opportunity to play many roles, not just Xena. You got to be Callisto and Meg and the Hestian priestess. And there was that episode where the Furies made you go crazy, and it was really funny. So my question is, which of those roles was your favorite to play and why?
Actually, the Ugly Sisters, when we're the Ugly Sisters and that Cinderella.
Yeah. I love that.
The grosser, the better.
Yeah, like the dirty, didn't you have like a big toe that
We
was...
had dirty facial teeth. Oh, that's right, you were a slave, right?
Yeah, and I had like blacked out teeth. And, my favorite one for you was Meg. I loved Meg.
I liked Meg a lot, but she wasn't as ugly as the Ugly Stepsisters.
Thank you.
They're always the best. Hello, everybody over there. Sorry, our backs are turned to you.
Thank you. Go right ahead.
So you're from which state? Sorry, that was a Alabama.
That's an
state
Alabama question?
Was that Alabama question?
That was better than an Alabama question.
Hey,
Oh, the great state of Alabama.
what state are you
In the
from?
news lately.
I'm from Utah.
Where?
Utah, she's
That was a Utah question.
That's a Utah question. I can tell that was an in-depth Utah question.
Yes, sir.
So my question is, Xena aside, for both of you, what is your favorite project, in film or television that you've ever worked on, and why?
Yep.
Flight of the Conchords. Or the Larry David show of Curb Your Enthusiasm, where I got to play kind of non-role. Well, certainly Flight of Conchords, where I was nothing. I was a stain on the wall. Instead of being these big, strong, powerful roles, sometimes it's really challenging to be powerless and not interesting. Yeah, just to fade, and that's really, I like that a lot.
I guess recently, since Xena, would be the movie Beyond the Farthest Star. It you. It's it's a smaller film, but I appreciated it because I thought the writing was pretty intense and complex and more sophisticated than anything I'd been reading for many, many years. The screenwriter is also a playwright, author, so he took this and made it into a short film and then made it into a feature. So there was just so many layers to it that I like to dig in. So that was my favorite one so far since Xena.
Also, you've got a movie coming out at the end of the month.
Actually, I have a movie out that came out just a few weeks ago, August 21st, yes.
No,
it was August 21st.
I saw that something's going to be at the LA Film Festival on the 21st of September.
I'm in a play that's coming up September 21st. It's on Clover Road, written by Stephen Ditz.
Okay.
Ditz. They were
He's not
bad.
here. He's not here.
Stephen Dietz, and but that's like a thriller. So if you're in LA, come on down. It's a plot twisting one. But then the movie that I produced the last couple years is Watch the Sky, and that came out August 21st. So it's very, very small film, but it still has a lovely little story about these two boys who are looking for their mother. They find aliens, and as you do. So that's
small film, big heart.
It actually is, yeah. There's just a little bit of special effects, but I've been so fortunate that people from Xena who I've stayed connected to, have been helpful as mentors. Rob Tappert, helped me look for an editor. I don't know if you know that. Yeah. He kind of roundabout helped me try to find someone. And then Eric Grundeman helped me find our special effects creators for our aliens who, they do Marvel, they do all these amazing creatures and just good people. But, it's amazing how that our show just keeps blessing, yeah.
And you guys keep in touch quite a bit.
Not enough.
Not enough.
No, we very seldom get to be in the same room because I'm in New Zealand, friends in the States, and this is a rare and lovely treat for us. So thanks for making it happen.
What state do you think that last question was? What state would you give a ranking on that one?
I can't remember what the question was.
That was
I'm gonna go Iowa.
Iowa, it's a good heartland question. Right, very good heartland question. Sir.
Hi. So I know it's been a while, but in Xena you did a musical episode, The Bittersweet, which is my favorite episode. From that, did you enjoy making a musical episode? And what was your favorite experience from that episode?
The thing from that episode, I did love doing the Solon song because it was quite, it was pretty and everything. But actually the song that I like best in that is the Callisto one, the Welcome to Illusion, It was so brilliant. I can't remember if Susan Egan did the voice for that, but she's an amazing Broadway singer, or if she did Gabrielle. Did she do Callisto as well? Anyway, it was so brilliant and it really looked like Hudson was singing. That was super impressive.
I loved shooting that scene in the corridors. Do you remember that with the columns? And then, I was being dragged out, and then suddenly we're singing to each other very dramatically. Do you remember that?
I do. That was horrible.
But you had just come back from being in New York. You just finished Grease. And I remember that was one of the first scenes that we had after she returned. So we'd be singing these songs and then go back to, okay, so tell me about, Broadway, and then back to, it's very fun.
Gosh.
Thank you.
I would never have remembered that.
Go ahead, the Flash.
So,
Here you go, step right up.
That was definitely a New York question from that boy. Yes, ma'am.
Xena, I wanted to know if you could still do Xena's yell.
Of course. Hello. How do you think I get through the day? So you get your coffee at Pete's or Starbucks? You're asking me to do it. Is that what you're doing? You're so annoying.
I think that's a Rhode Island.
Oh yeah. I wasn't even trying. That was a lazy morning.
I'm going to say that was a Rhode Island question, but a Texas answer.
I was gonna say it was a Texas question. Is that a Texas question?
No.
Where? Utah.
Sir.
Hello, my name is Mudbug. I'm with Bikers Against Child Abuse.
His name is Mudbug.
What, and then what did you say after that?
I'm a member of Bikers Against Child Abuse. It's an organization.
Bikers Against Child Abuse. Right on.
So I wanted to, first off, thank you both. Your characters portrayed a story of forgiveness and redemption, and it meant a lot to me, so thank you. But the question is, of all the weapons that your characters improvised, what is the most interesting? My personal favorite was the wet towel.
The fish. Humble fish gets my vote.
I hated the fish.
I bet she did, because the fish was always still landing in your face. Poor Reneé. She was
like
so
fish.
and it was freezing. Do you remember they were icy, those fish, because they'd come out of a chili, which is a cooler, right, full of ice. So we're throwing frozen fish.
I just scales kept sticking in all the wrong places.
Sitting there.
Yeah. That's popular that day.
That is a truly a biker question, though.
That was South Dakota. Yes.
South Dakota, there you go.
Yeah.
California, Utah, Idaho.
He's a biker.
He's
You
a-
can't offense him in.
All 50 states.
He's been everywhere, man.
It doesn't matter where you're from, it's the quality of the question. How about sir? What can we tell you?
Hi, I'm Phil. I'm from Ireland. And obviously across the whole series you did a lot of different styles of episodes. There was a musical, as somebody asked about. Was there ever an episode that they said we want to do this that you just kind of went, no?
Was there ever an episode?
Like an idea, or you, like when they said a musical, were you shocked, and then they said, oh well, we'll do this, and you just went, no, we're not doing that.
I think it was by the 5th crucifixion. We
So by the 7th crucifixion, we were really tough. You know what? No, I don't think we ever said no. And B, even if we had, it was happening. So, yeah.
Was there anything that you were hesitant, where they said something you went, ooh, hold on a second?
It's only after the fact. Yeah, like Lucy said, you know, Gabrielle, you're gonna walk around without shoes for a few months. I'm like, all right, how hard can that be? It's, you know, New Zealand, everyone walks around barefoot
all through the winter.
Yeah, but they're hobbits, they have feet for that.
Coverings, yeah. So then after the fact, I'm like, oh, that probably wasn't the best idea.
We were young and hungry and didn't know any better. We were going to do whatever it took. So I'd do episodes with no eyebrows and things because we would say, can you blow fire? Sure, why not? Yeah.
Aren't you like that anyway, though? Because I don't know, I still find I'm a bit like that as a performer. You know, I love to satisfy the biggest picture.
We're old school. We actually do it.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we had Peru, we had Ireland. Where are you from, sir?
Now you have Idaho.
Be ready for some potato-based questions.
Up by Canada. So that's where I'm at. I just want to look at you both just for a second. You're both beautiful. And in the movies, I said, no, she's the most beautiful. She's the most beautiful. I go back and forth. She's the coolest. She's the coolest. So I still can't make up my mind. But anyway, here's my question. On a typical day, when you're not working, what do you do on your day off? Do you sleep in? What events do you do?
Just this day off.
Are you guys like us? I mean,
Ride the bus? Is that what you said?
are you guys like us?
Are you guys like us? Because no, they're special.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And they said, do I ride the bus? I said, and I am the bus. Yes, we do.
It's so pedestrian that we don't want to bore you by telling the truth. Come on! Yeah, exactly like you. You get the kids off to school. You might have to do some exercise. You probably have to do a community thing. check on your mother, who's old, and
Everybody call your
Shaking
mom
my
right
head no
now.
to all the above.
Yeah, everybody call your mom when this is over.
yeah, call
Important
you.
to call your mom.
My mum lives next door to me, so it's really nice.
It's both sweet and terrifying.
Yeah, and then the dog needs to have its ears cleaned out and like things put on its tummy, and you have to cook the food. Are you guys cooking food for your dogs like we are?
No, I'm sorry,
The
no.
dogs didn't have these problems in the 70s. You'd get this roll of, I don't know, reconstituted gluten horse meat and lop off a bit, throw it out on the grass. But nowadays it's got to be like, fish and vegetables. Your dog's got some disgusting condition.
My day is the exact opposite as yours.
What?
I use Alpo. I'm so sorry. I'm that person. Look at your horrifying.
You do the
I do.
No,
I totally get my daughter to do it. Iris, did you feed Barry? My hair. Is that, yeah. I hope it's not horse meat. That's long gone. Please tell me.
That might be a New Zealand thing.
Please tell me.
What do you think they do with all those horses, you guys?
We ride them. Take care of them.
Everything that you are buying in the supermarket, it's chicken feed, and it's real. But
This
I'm
took
not
a dark
saying
turn.
that I wouldn't. It's just that my dog can't eat that because,
He's got allergies?
yeah,
Okay. So what kind of dog do you have?
that one's a shepherd, and she's amazing. But the mutt is so healthy. I'm all about the mutts.
You missed the big sheepdog competition on this past weekend up at Park City, up in Heber, I think.
Are you saying that to me because I'm a Kiwi?
No, because you said you had a shepherd dog.
Oh, a German shepherd.
Yeah, well, yeah, all kinds of. They have the splash dogs jumping in the water, all kinds of cool stuff.
Oh, really?
What kind of dog do you have?
We have, it's really Iris's dog, my little 12-year-old. She's not little. She's the one that begged us for a dog for the longest time. And honestly, I don't feel I have any time to take care of a dog. And so when we felt that she was old enough to really be mindful of what his needs are, then we said, okay. And so she ended up with a Chihuahua. I'm sorry, I swear I went to 30 shelters, felt like 30 shelters, but it was,
There's
we
lots
saw
of
a lot of
Chihuahuas.
dogs. There were Chihuahuas everywhere, and that's the one thing I said, we can't have a Chihuahua, Iris, please don't get a Chihuahua. We ended up with a Chihuahua mixed with a Terrier, and he's actually the sweetest little dog.
That's what we
He is
have. We
great.
just got him about 2 months ago. He's a Chihuahua Terrier mix, and he's the most laid back. It's a California dog, so I think he might have a dispensary license.
Probably.
He's so laid back.
I think he's got a
so
green
mellow
thumb.
though, aren't they?
I can't believe it.
I just went down to Best Friends of the Animal Adoption Shelter yesterday. There was a bunch of little chihuahuas and some cute labs and some adorable kittens. And so, just
Please adopt.
please adopt.
We adopted, when we were going to adopt Barry, I wanted to adopt a kitten. So I came home with 2 kittens and Barry, And when I said to the kids, I said, oh yeah, the kittens are at home now. They both looked at me and they went, kittens? Like, yeah. I'm a sucker when I get to shelters.
You're only a couple more away from being the crazy cat lady, so you're
I am
okay.
already that.
It's
So
all right.
it's too late.
You need to be the most fantastic crazy cat lady.
I'm a cat lady.
Well, thank you for your question.
Yeah, I'm a cat person.
Hi, so I was a little girl when Xena was airing, and it was so awesome to turn on the TV and see these powerful and ferocious women. They were great role models for me growing up. And so I wanted to ask especially at that time, who were some of your role models or inspirations or mentors for those characters?
Sigourney Weaver
Or for
is
you.
for me the ultimate. She really carried all the tension in that film. She carried your hopes and dreams as she was the aspirational character, and she's the ultimate, I think, for me.
And I didn't have anyone in mind, but I kept always trying to think that Gabrielle is basically experience what the audience is experiencing. So I always thought of, okay, well, everything she's thinking and feeling is how you guys would all feel, right? So I was always just trying to keep that in mind, I was sort of your eyes and ears and heart.
Oh, wow.
That's what I was thinking.
Proxy.
We're proxy.
Was there anybody when you were growing up that just in general that you would maybe your hero as either in film or just in general? Like, was there a teacher you had? That...
Yeah, no, it really wasn't being Gabrielle. It was truly like, how would you guys think about that? But looking into the relationship between Xena and Gabrielle, because we had just, we were thrown into it immediately, right? And we really didn't know each other at all. I kept just thinking of my relationship with my mom, who was my best friend at the time, and so that just helped me immediately feel the love for who she was.
That was our mission in the scenes. No matter what it was about, we would look for the love. When we didn't know how to play something, even if we were arguing or something, look for the love in the scene, because that is what translates through the screen to the audiences. Our highest selves,
So true. I even remember during filming, like we might be frustrated with how something it wasn't just clicking, and then you'd say, let's just look for the love, let's do that, and then we're off again. Yeah.
I'm going to rank that a Virginia question, because Virginia's for lovers.
Virginia question.
North Carolina. North Carolina, it's close.
Hi guys, I'm Dave from Phoenix.
Hi Dave.
And, let's see, I can't express to you how much the show meant to me. I was founded the Xena Argo Awards. You guys might have remembered that from way back in the day.
It's got a script.
Yeah, when Lucy put out in the social media last year that the reboot wasn't really happening and they were looking for a script, I figured I better get to work on this sucker. So there's parts for both of you here.
Nope, that's not going to happen. Thank you. We appreciate that, but yeah. Have your people call her people, and then her people will call FBI. All right. Hello.
I really got you. Yeah, hello. I've been. My question is a little bit of a two-part question, but it's a quick one. Reneé, if you had the opportunity to do the Ash vs. Evil Dead with Lucy, would you? And Lucy, do you think that Ruby, if she didn't get killed off, would have turned good eventually?
I would have loved to have gone down. Honestly, I was working on this film and I was the main producer, and if I stopped doing what I was working on, it wasn't going to happen and it really was going to get shut down. So I just stayed focused, but there were so many times during Pleasure Dome that I wanted to go down very badly.
And there was a possibility for Ren to be on Spartacus, but there was things in the job requirement that were not conducive.
To be honest, yeah. Rob knew it immediately. You did. I remember on Hercules, like there's that scene where you show my back. You would just show my back on the Hercules Lost Kingdom or something. And even then, I was terrified. I was like, oh my god, am I going to wear a bra? No. It's just like sitting, like she's getting dressed as the queen or something, and I remember it's just my back. There's nothing else there. But I was like, am I going to be covered? I was just so like panicky.
And it's very, very hard and horrible to do that stuff. None of us
You're brave
are raised to. It's not normal in our culture, right? So
I get uptight. It would definitely show up on
everybody
screen.
is very, very, very uptight. However,
and I wanted to direct. That's what I kept asking. I was like, well, can I direct? Can I direct? And he's like, Ren, I don't think so. I don't know. Or it just didn't work out. But
for Ash vs. Evil Dead?
No, for Spartacus. I kept wanting to direct Spartacus. And Rob was like, Reneé, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Well, thank you. That was a two-parter, so that'll have to be like a West Virginia to regular Virginia? How we rank that one?
It doesn't matter.
That's all right. I'm stalling for time when she gets up. How are you?
Hello.
So in 2003, an astronomy team discovered what is now called Planet Eris.
Mike Brown.
Planet. Yeah. Okay, that answered my question. I was wondering if you had known that the research team originally coded the planet and its moon, Xena and Gabrielle.
Yes, I had a little bit of chatter with Mike Brown at the time. I think it was his daughter who was a fan, and then of course some erudite scientific body said, you can't name it after Xena and Gabrielle, name it these other completely fictional characters. So, sorry, but the Greek gods also weren't real. I think Xena and Gabrielle are realer than, what the hell were the names? Cassiopeia and whatever at the time. What did they do? I think I killed them in the 3rd season. No, I don't really care.
Okay, hi, my name is Lindsay. I'm from Riverton, Wyoming. We exist. My
question is, because you spent so much time and effort investing in your movies and your roles, was it ever difficult to separate reality from your characters? Or did you just wake up like, I'm Xena, wait, hold on.
No, I mean, but like a lot of times I go home and I'm working on the project. So like in Beyond the Farthest Star, I was filming in Leonard, Texas, and I remember every night just constantly going in and not wanting to work on it at all, you know, but going back to the books. And so I'm still that way, you know. I'd much rather watch a movie, but I'll pull out the script and keep plugging away. So I'm not carrying it and I'm not confused. I'm just trying to find more to do to get better.
The second the camera stops rolling, we're back to talking like this.
Acting! Thank you very much.
All right, I've got 2 questions for Lucy Lawless. It's Spartacus.
You get 1 question. We're down to the last 5-6 minutes, so one.
Okay, so how was it working with Andy Whitfield and knowing him personally?
I didn't have that many scenes with him. He was such a beautiful, gentle character, and he didn't know he was sick. And he thought that the role was injuring, you know, he had a bad back sort of thing, and he thought the role was injuring him, and it all came out later, of course. He didn't know himself. It was such an honor to work with that talent, and he was a sweet, sweet man, and it just feels like he was so robbed, and we was all a bit robbed of him, especially his children and wife, of course. So all I can say is it was an honor. And very, very sad that happened to that, especially to that family. Never mind our loss, that family, it's just awful.
Well, we're down to the last 5 minutes, so we're going to try to get as many people up. So rapid fire, real quick.
Okay, from the Bronx, come from Philly today. 1 question. Xena, not blonde. Mariah's not blonde. Why is Solon blonde?
You met Xena's father, right? Blonde. Just saying. Throw that.
What was it like working with Kevin Smith?
I get this question a lot.
He was a fun.
He's iconic. He's just
goodest guy.
Goodest. Great dad. Let's just throw out things about
great dad. Amazing singer.
Comedic. He's a comedian.
Also had a real understanding of the darkness of life, you know, but super funny.
Handsome, but yet didn't act like he knew it. He was very humble, you know.
He was really funny.
Yeah.
Such a good guy.
He was determined. He would be working out during the day.
He had lots of groups of friends that didn't mix. So there'd be his friends at the gym, and he had always pockets of friends that were very separate. So he had sort of many lives. And his son was just like him. I saw somebody posted something on Twitter. Oh my goodness, it's Oscar is just dead ringer for his dad.
Oh my, wow.
Anyway, a privilege.
Yeah.
Our friends, as many of you know, they're not around forever. You gotta really be kind. You gotta value people and take time for the simple things of sharing, breaking bread together, gluten-free if necessary. Do simple things. In this, you know, back in the day they were talking about austerity, but I think the idea is to go away from austerity to that very simple. That's the rich stuff in life, is laughing with your buddies and be good to your kids so they grow up and raise good kids.
Yeah. Hello. When you were filming any character that either of you have done, did you realize that they would be such powerful figures in the LGBTQ community?
We get that question a lot too. I mean, I think there came a point where we realized it had a life of its own, and
it was brought to our attention, and we didn't know that was coming. No, we didn't know that the show would have a second season, but we assumed it would. So the fact that different communities, doesn't matter if it's LGBTI or in any minority group, actually is very popular with minorities, African American women. Yeah, it just gave people, and as that gentleman said from Bikers Against Child Abuse, it gave people the idea of self-worth and that you deserve a second chance, and you are what you do, that you are born valuable, and it's only your actions or your words that can degrade your value on the planet. So
I also loved with Xena and Gabrielle that they weren't defined by their relationship. They lived these grand adventures. Their lives were epic, and I just appreciate that we're all that. We shouldn't be labeled, period. And that was always my fight early on.
This is going to be our last question, so make it a good one. A good Utah question.
A good Utah question. Okay. Hi, Reneé. Hi, Lucy. I'm Bree. I was wondering if you guys would be down to do a little bit of improv for us, maybe? Like, as in...
27 seconds, go.
Yeah.
I was hoping you could give us, like, your best piece of advice as your characters from Xena for, like, how to be the best version of yourself that you can be.
A Xena life lesson and a Gabrielle life
That's
lesson.
a really very good question, actually.
I told you it's a Utah question.
That's a Utah tough question. What was Xena? Oh gosh, I haven't played Xena in a long time. About what? About being a good friend?
Sure, yeah, just the best way to live your
Anything
life.
you'd like. Life
Yeah.
lesson.
I think the theme here is that, you never know when you're going to see each other again. I don't know when I'm going to see Lucy again. It's been 2 years since I saw you, 2 or 3. Or, well, before last weekend. How great is that, though? And, like, with Kevin Smith, you just really, these are moments in time, and you just embrace every second of it and just absorb it and remember it. That I think that's probably the most precious treasure you can always have, and that's a definite Gabrielle feeling, just wanting to be close and be like a family.
And I think a Xena thing would be keep all the drama on the stage. Like, in real life, if taxes are your worst problem, you got all the right problems. If it ain't cancer, you don't have a problem. So we're really grateful every day for our health and our friends and our good food, clean water, and our freedom, right?
Well, keep the applause going. Give it up for Lucy Lawless, Reneé